What's up, everybody? Good late afternoon. And real quick here, I want to spend a couple minutes talking about one element of the wild card weekend that we just watched that affects the Seahawks in a very, very minor way. Like, you got to be a real sicko to care about something like what I'm about to get into. But a lot of us here are sickos. A lot of us here get wrapped up in every little thing that can be wrapped up, that you can be wrapped up in. So I want to just take a little bit of time to talk about the ramifications of some of the results on this whole weekend actually, and how it affects the Seahawks because I'm on Tankathon right now, and you guys know that I have been passively monitoring the Cardinals first round pick that they got from Houston in this upcoming 2024 draft. There was a time where it looked like Houston was going to be giving them a very good pick, like a top 10 pick, but Houston, not only have they made the playoffs, they have now won a playoff game, which means that first round pick, which at the time looked like an incredibly strong asset, is dropped. It has dropped all the way down to 27th overall because not only did Houston win, but we also had Green Bay win and we also had Tampa Bay win. Both those teams had worse records than the Texans in the regular season. So therefore, Houston's pick, which would have been 25 had Green Bay and Tampa Bay lost, now goes to 27. So if you at all care about where Arizona's second first round pick lands, this is this is great. This was a great weekend. It almost couldn't have gone better, really, because Kansas City, even if they had lost to Miami, Miami's 11-6 as well. That wasn't going to get any better than it was. And Pittsburgh and the LA Rams both had a stronger strength of schedule than Houston anyway, so they wouldn't have fallen below Houston's pick. So this was basically as good as it gets. So at this point, I'm not going to sit here and act like people should get super wrapped up in this because at the end of the day, the concern was that Houston's pick was going to fall in like the top 15. If it fell in the top 15, that would have been ugly because then Arizona would have gotten a super blue chipper with their own pick and a legitimate first rounder with their other pick. But now that the Texans have made the playoffs, even if they had lost this weekend, they would have been outside that area where you're getting a surefire first round pick. They're in the area where they may end up settling for like a third tier, fourth tier, fifth tier prospect, which is great. It couldn't have gone much better, like I said. So as of right now, Houston's pick that they're sending to Arizona, 27th overall, right near the very back end of the first round. Now, this upcoming weekend, I want to talk about the potential effect coming up. Obviously, Houston is playing Baltimore in the first playoff game of the weekend, and they've got a lot of work to do. Let's be real here. They've got a lot of work to do in that Texans Ravens game. So, not really expecting them to win. Now, if they do win and Houston advances to the AFC title game, then you can see their pick is going to go to 29th. So, that would really push it all the way down to the back end of the first round. That would be awesome. But assuming that doesn't happen, which I think is a fair assumption because the Ravens are a much better team and Houston's got some injury issues they're working through right now, the effect that there could be had on this pick could go in the other direction a couple spots. And again, it's not going to push it into like the top 20 or top 15 or anything like that. The pick can't go any higher than 25. However, if Green Bay or Tampa Bay advance to the conference championship round, that means the Houston pick would go up by one or two spots. So, because of that, if you really want to get wrapped up in this stuff, if you really want to say, you know what, I'm looking for every little edge that I can get, I don't want Arizona to be able to use that first round pick to easily trade up into the top three. I don't want them to be able to trade up for Drake May, or I don't want them to be able to trade up for Jaden Daniels or Marvin Harrison Jr. I want that asset to be as shoved down as humanly possible. Then we kind of want Green Bay and Tampa Bay to lose so they hold the 25 and 26 pick. Now, Green Bay plays San Francisco, so I will definitely be shoving that interest to the side for that game. I definitely want the Packers to handle their business. well, not handle their business, but I want them to handle San Fran's business. Let's put it that way. Um, Definitely more interested in seeing San Francisco go down than I am in seeing the pick get pushed up or down by one pick. However, Tampa Bay playing Detroit in the third game of this upcoming weekend, that's a little bit easier to just ease back and say, you know what, Tampa Bay, you've accomplished enough for this year. It's Detroit's time to make a run to the conference championship game. We're pulling for the Lions. And if Tampa Bay loses, then the best that Houston could do, I mean, the best, well, Arizona could do in terms of this pick would be 26. It would bump up one spot because in that scenario, Green Bay wins. However, in all of these cases, the far more likely scenario is that Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Houston all lose, and Houston holds that number 27 overall pick, which, again, thank you, Houston Texans. I will be rooting for them next week regardless because they are my team for the rest of the way. And if it does go the way everyone expects it to go, then so be it. But yeah, may as well ride it out. May as well hope that pick gets pushed down even a little bit more to maybe the very back end. It's hard to win the Super Bowl or even make the Super Bowl with a rookie quarterback, but CJ Stroud is built a little bit different than these typical rookies. So that's what's going on with that pick. I just wanted to cover this stuff real quick. I understand that this stuff is not worth losing sleep about, but every little scrap of a push in the right direction or the wrong direction, it matters. I think this stuff matters. Like last year, it was a great example. 2023 draft. I will acknowledge the fact that Seattle probably was interested in Khalid Kancey in the first round at number 20, and he went at number 19. And the only reason why Tampa Bay had the number 19 pick is because they lost to Dallas in the first round of the playoffs. And I'm not going to say I'm sad about that because we got JSN out of it, and I think JSN is going to be great. And Kancey's been really good for Tampa Bay too, by the way, for whatever that's worth. And while I'm not interested in rooting for my team to lose for the sake of draft picks because that's loser stuff and I'm not into it, rooting for results that you would otherwise not care about for the sake of little edges like this, I can get behind that. I can definitely get behind that because you never know. You never know when it might matter. I mean, hell, if Denver had lost one more game in 2022, Seattle's picking number 4, I think, and they might have taken Anthony Richardson instead of Devin Witherspoon. Now, did we like, do people like Anthony Richardson enough to even be excited about that possibility? Is that something that people would have gotten pumped up for? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. He was a very polarizing player. Witherspoon's been fantastic for us. But some people would argue that, hey, it's a quarterback. We need a young quarterback. So the little edges do matter, and I don't mind rooting for them just so long as I don't have to root for my team to lose because I don't do that kind of stuff. All right. See you guys later. Go Hawks. And yeah. See you guys probably on Twitch tonight. Don't know what I'll be doing yet. I'll be doing something. And more videos coming probably tomorrow.